tipless old school joints from the old man.
Let's go. That's right. Oh. Good morning, Roll Gang, and welcome on in to an extremely spectacular episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake. So enthused to have my legendary bud tending partner this morning for my Wake and Bake, Jason of the Mojave. What's up, my man? Great to see you.
You too, brother. You too, brother.
Yo, it's always a great time to get to sesh with you. I'm super excited to smoke and talk about this. You got some movement going on.
Yeah.
You got some. Your life is pretty entertaining right now.
Yeah. So I left the source, and now I'm working over at Canistars on the Strip, which is probably the most glamorous dispensary in all of Las Vegas.
Canistars Dispensary.
Circle S Farms, 420 Sahara, our stores and brand. It's amazing.
Everybody
there is super friendly. And it's neat to work for a company that really cares about the consumer more than like profit. So it's awesome.
100%.
This is why I got into the industry.
The Canistars Dispensary, I think, is the only dispensary that is as satisfying to attend, to go to, than it is to consume cannabis. Like, you go in there stoned, and it is a whole experience as well as just being able to acquire your medicine. I mean, the water fountain and the beautiful tile, even in the bathroom.
The crazy prism chandeliers that look like they belong in some fancy hotel downtown. I mean, literally, it's amazing. That upholstered couch, I think, is worth like 50 grand. It's amazing.
I'd literally say
the most beautiful dispensary I've ever been into in my life.
No doubt. It's the only 5-star dispensary in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, based on, like you said, just aesthetically pleasing from the moment you enter to the moment you finish your product.
Yeah.
Because you go home and you got some of this Circle S Farms Starberry that we're smoking on from Mama B at Canistars. This stuff is so fire.
Yeah.
It's burning so clean.
It's stuck to my fingers. I use my fingers to break it up a lot of times and to test the weed to see how dry it is or whatever else.
Right.
And I literally have green stains and resin on my fingers from this stuff. It's piney goodness.
Green oil stains.
I really like Circle S Farms. Their growing method is our industry standard, but like everything they're putting out is 22% and north of that. We've got strains testing as high as 33%, and all of it is fresh and delicious and really, really terpy. We have a cherry on top testing at like 23 milligrams per gram of myrcene. This bad boy is myrcene, pinene, caryophyllene, and 847. That's a lot.
Yo, they're on different level. You're right. It burns so clean. It burns so fresh. You can tell for sure. I'm just super thankful to Mama B hooking us up with the absolute fire. Brenda Gonzalez, the legendary owner of Canistars Dispensary. I am just, I've been
there a week now. I've met a lot of people, but I'm covering the evening shifts from like 4 to midnight, so I still have a lot of people to meet through the company. So it's been a great experience. Everybody's been tremendously welcoming and friendly. Everybody's really eager, to help out and stuff like that. It's awesome. I've met some really great people. The guys that I work with on the evening, Robert, is hilarious. That guy has me rolling. Tyler was really, really nice. Freddie is amazing. He's super hard worker, and he knows a lot about dabs and cannabis, so it's great.
It's a whole experience, from employee to aesthetic to product. Like, I just am so excited to be wake and baking with the bud tender goat, now working at one of the best dispensaries in the world. Like, honestly, I don't really know what you could improve upon. They kind of just do every single little detail right over
I mean,
at
we got a
Canna
great
Stars.
location because we're just north of the strip between Fremont and the Stratus. We're right next to Pawn Stars. The
Pawn
Silver
Stars.
Which, you know, that alone is awesome. And then we're surrounded by, you know, tattoo parlors and stores and wedding chapels, which I'm from Illinois, so that blows my mind that people just come here to get married. So yeah, like we had a couple come in and they were like in their full regalia. She was in her bride's dress and he was in his tux, and we're like, "Hey, how you doing? Congratulations!"
Facts. Yo,
It's
they
so
came
funny.
right after their wedding?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's amazing.
like, oh yeah, we got married. Now we're gonna go to the joint.
That is so cool. Do you know what they bought? Did they actually
Yeah, they
buy
got a
a
pre-roll. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Because we have amazing deals on pre-rolls. So, like, usually every day we offer one of our Stellar 1 gram pre-rolls on rotation, like, for $8.
Unreal.
Yeah. A full
Unreal.
gram. And it's not like, you know, trim or, like, floor sweepings. It's
No.
ground bud. And they usually test between, you know, like, 23 and 30%. Like, 30% pre-rolls. That's amazing.
Get you medicated off your ass.
Yeah.
That's I mean, honestly, super
That's
potent.
what I like the most, is they're not cutting corners. You know, we're not going all fancy with a crazy label that we have to pay tons of art. It's just, boom, right in your face. This is who we are.
Yep.
Good old-fashioned weed for everybody to consume that really works and makes you feel good.
Yes. Yes. And that's the motto over at Canna Stars. Super, super excited to be session with Canna Stars legendary bud tender Jason of the Mojave this morning. But before I start drilling them with some questions about bud tending in the industry, quick shout out to the sponsors of this episode of the show this morning. First and foremost, Oaksterdam University, the first ever cannabis college. Get your cannabis industry education for 10% off with promo code Rolling Spoon. And claim your stake in this budding industry. I mean, you can use this education to get your bud tending hat on, like Jason over here.
They're amazing.
I mean, it takes a ton of time
And
to
they're
get
comprehensive.
experience.
They teach you everything.
Everything. Yeah, Oaksterdam University. And Canna Stars Dispensary this morning. Huge shout out Canna Stars Dispensary, the only 5-star dispensary in Las Vegas. It's a full body experience for your eyes. I mean, this Circle S Farms is your guys' house
It's
brand.
amazing.
Yo, it's amazing.
Right. I mean, we've smoked this little joint, this little pinner, because I hand roll. I don't use tips. You guys are all fancy with your tips and everything like that. I'm old. I'm 44. I roll everything just right up. Come on, twist it. Let's go.
No, it's harder. You actually do it the harder way. Like you do a better
I think
job.
it's cheating because it basically just falls out the ends, and by the time it gets to that point, it's already tight. So I can't roll in a tip to save my life. I've tried many times. I can only do it in blunts.
Yeah,
Blunts are
they're
the only
kinda
thing I
tough.
can roll up a tip in because the paper is like more loose. I've even tried that crumple method, but let's just face it, kids. You're better at rolling joints than I am.
Yo, if it smokes, it smokes. But I do like to roll a dime every time. Huge shout out to the Canna Stars rolling spoon. I'm so excited to be using this spoon. I think
It's
this
so
is
dope.
the first time I've gotten to like really pub it up on the Wake and Bake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, awesome logo, great design.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's a fucked up version.
It's all good.
I print them all myself. So.
I know. I saw the video of you doing it.
Yeah.
I'm so impressed.
Canna Stars Dispensary.
What does this guy not do? I mean, tennis pro, local
Yeah.
host and legend,
Oh,
manufacturer,
that's right.
internet celebrity.
Internet
That's so
celebrity. Yo, it's a legendary sesh, because all that with the king of the Mojave here this morning for this amazing Wake and Bake. I'm so excited to ask you. I got some questions for you this morning. You game?
Let's do it.
I'm so pumped. So, you just got to Canna Stars Dispensary. You're an award-winning legendary bud tender which basically means your job is to connect the people to their plant medicine that works for them. So, like, what would you say is your strategy? Say a blank slate walks in, they've never consumed cannabis before, but they're really trying to dive in. What's your ritual in that situation?
Considering that it's mostly tourism, that's that occurs with. I like to blow their mind without overwhelming them. Give them like 2 or 3 strains at a time. Let them explore it. Let them look at it. Oh, man, I can't wait till the smell factor comes back because that really plays a big part into it. But because of COVID and everything, we're still using the glass displays. But I mean, we have great visuals available. You can see all the buds and everything in their glory. But yeah, I like to just blow their minds. I'm like, and then I hit them with that. We grow this ourselves, no middleman and none of that stuff. It's super fresh, like we sell to other dispensaries. We don't sell their products instead, and that I think is smart business. Like everybody else, they have their brands, and then they sell everybody else's brands because they think that's what people want, and it generally is. But if you turn them on to something, like we have a loyal following for this brand. If you turn them on to something and you give them consistently good products, they won't need to buy anything else.
Fact.
And then you're not making somebody else money while you're trying to make a buck. You know what I'm saying? And that's smart business strategy.
It's a great business strategy. And honestly, it starts at the leadership with you guys. If we could give a quick shout out to Brenda Gonzalez, we already mentioned her. But she's gotta be the most inclusive and rational owner in the city.
Yeah.
She's the perfect icon dispensary owner.
Mm-hmm.
No?
Yeah. I mean, when I interviewed there, I was in with HR, and she actually came into the interview, so she could sit and ask some personal questions, and I respected that. I'm like, hey, you're the person that's running this ship, and you want to know who this guy is, and I'm like, that's pretty cool. A lot of places are hands off. They let the HR do it, and then they do their whole orientation spiel, and like, from day one, hit the ground floor running, and she's just like, this is this, and this is that, we can do this, we can do that, and I'm like, wow, all right,
so
let's
organized.
go. Yeah, absolutely, and she runs a pretty good ship. Everybody feels really good about being there, and I love that. It's not like people are loathing to go to work, and it's like, why would you loathe to work in a dispensary? I don't understand that.
No, it would have to be the work environment. It'd have to start with bad leadership. So, it's just a great investment of your time and energy.
Yeah. I mean, that's what's driving people out of other dispensaries. I'm not going to say anything, but, that's what's going on around, and that's not good.
No, it's not. And the leadership matters.
Mm-hmm.
It starts with the head coach, and in cannabis, that's the owner. Brenda Gonzalez, an absolute, specimen. I don't know if you knew, but she also plays tennis. I've been trying to hit some tennis balls.
They were telling me that she's a tennis player.
Yeah,
some renown.
Apparently, she's pretty good. But
yeah, I just heard that the other day at work, so I was like, oh my goodness. Not me. No.
She is a
boxing
smart.
One of my sports, man.
Yeah, I love that.
I'm 6'4". I have that long reach. It's just
no doubt.
Yeah, crazy.
You're a condor. You definitely killed that shit.
Oh.
Yo, but she creates this culture, and the culture makes it about the experience.
Mm-hmm.
When you walk in the door, you see the way she designed the dispensary, and then you go up to the window to order your stuff, and you see the way that she hires.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can just really tell the passion and the persistence. You and your coworkers are a team.
Yeah.
A real team.
It feels like it, yeah. I mean, I'm a week into this new dispensary, and everybody has made me feel super welcome, and it's been tremendously friendly. Everybody's just super nice, and it's really welcoming.
It's gotta be. And not only that, but Canistars is right next to a legendary building, Gold and Silver Pawn Shop.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why it's called Canistars, right? Because it's right next to the home of Pawn Stars, the amazing TV show that follows Rick and the gang at the Pawn Stars.
Yeah, I peeked in there. I was surprised. I've watched the show several times, and I'm from the Midwest, so when I actually finally went there and looked in, it was like, wow, this place is a lot smaller than I thought it was.
Yeah, right?
Like, all that.
Right?
I'm like, they gotta be filming in, like, some of this in the studio, and that turns out there is, like, a studio behind the place or something like that, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. There's gotta be, because it's literally just like this tiny little area. It doesn't even look like the show. Like,
yeah, it's so funny.
it's tough. And it's kind of a tourist trap, but I mean, they got super lucky because an amazing dispensary opened next door.
Yeah.
But have you seen the show? Like, did that make you more excited to work
Oh
there?
yeah, absolutely. I was like, that's gotta be fun. You know, maybe I'll even pop over there and see what they got.
Maybe Chumley will roll through
Old comic
this,
book or something, you know, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, it was pretty funny.
Mm.
But yeah, we get a lot of foot traffic from that, you know, just based on that, and that's tremendous too.
Yeah, so Roll Gang, make sure you go and do a little tourist run to the legendary Gold and Silver Pawn Shop to go and check out where Pawn Stars was shot. And while you're there, hit the 5-star dispensary of Vegas, Canistars, main sponsor of the show this morning. But this specific episode is about one of their legendary new bud tenders that's making this dive into this brand new culture. So how are you wrapping your mind around this amazing reset that you're getting, this opportunity to start fresh in a brand new, amazing brand? Like,
It's cool. It's like a deep breath. No matter what anybody says, you know, whenever you start somewhere new, you have to prove yourself like starting over at zero. So no matter what anybody says, I'm just some new guy, so I have to prove myself. And that's pretty much what I'm out to do, just work my ass off and show them that I'm, you know, worth hiring, you know.
yeah.
So, I mean, so far I think they're satisfied, but I'm always, you know, ready to learn more and grow as a person, as a bud tender. So, you know, let's go.
I mean, that's insane. You're
Life is just
such
a
a
journey,
humble
man.
guy.
Yeah.
You're incredibly educated. You're incredibly good at your job, and you're still moving up. I know it. You know what I mean? You have that growth mentality, which got you here.
That's great.
I mean, they're so lucky to have a passion such as yours. Like, you go home and you medicate, right?
Mhm.
Like, you're just about the plant too.
Yeah. And it's not like I'm, you know, like the people get the image of a bud tender as just like some like super slacker stoner or whatever. And it's like, my consumption isn't like stress relief or like just to, you know, get high. I'm usually medicating in the morning because it's a part of like my ritual because I'm an ADHD kid. So
Yeah.
coffee and cannabis, and I'm, you know, my plane flying's right. I'm not anxious or a little crazy and manic, you know, all day bouncing all over the room.
You kill it.
And yeah, and then a little at the end of the night, and maybe some maintenance doses during the day to keep that, you know, that even keel. But
It's medicine.
yeah, exactly. But
I
I also was that stoner kid too at one point, and that's what led me to this point. So, you know, don't discourage that stoner kid because he may end up being, you know, a cannabis person.
What'd that stoner kid smoke? What was he up to?
Man, back in the day, it was the black market, dude. So
It was
it was ugly.
It's
back
better
then.
now. It
Yes.
wasn't Circle S. I'll
No.
tell you that.
No. Definitely wasn't. It wasn't like this, man.
No, this
I
stuff.
mean, this stuff is gorgeous. Dark green, light green. It's got
I'm
orange hair.
medicated as fuck.
Woo! Yeah.
Like, I'm ripped.
Yeah.
We smoked 2 little tiny joints, probably 1 gram total, and
Yeah.
I'm like zooted.
Mm-hmm.
Yo,
Sailing.
Circle S, baby.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yo,
Yeah, that's my next goal too, is to tour their grow facility and, you know, meet all the people behind it. That's my next stop. So, I mean, this
That'd be
was
amazing.
amazing. The Starberry is testing at 26%, and it's loaded with myrcene and pinene. I mean, what
Loaded.
a great weight can make. It hits your body with the looseness,
Perfect.
and the pinene has me like totally zipped and focused.
did you pick this strain? It's
No,
the perfect weed
actually,
conditioner.
Miss Brenda picked this strain. She pulled me aside and she's like, "Hey, try this," and I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely, why don't we try this?"
The best ever.
Because also part of my job, I feel like, is I need to make my way through all the strains and test pilot them. So I'm not talking shit like this should get you feeling blah blah blah. I know what it'll do to you, you know.
It's so fire. It grounds so fluffy. Mama B absolutely hooking it up as always. I bet she picked it purposefully for a wake and bake. Like she I don't doubt her for one second.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I love her for that. That's amazing.
I love her too for that. Yo, so a couple I have a couple questions that I was curious to know about your bud tending experience and maybe some just more entertaining questions. Like the first one I was curious about was what is your favorite type of customer to serve? You know, because there's a bunch of individual types of cannabis consumers. Do you like the real open-minded ones or the ones that come in knowing what they want or what's...
Well, yeah, I mean, I gotta give love to my locals because they're getting more and more educated, and some of them know, I mean, as much as any other bud tender that's out there, which is amazing. And I gotta give them props for that. And they come in and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna try this today, or I've been smoking on this, so I'm gonna keep going. And I love them for that. But right now, my favorite, because we get more of it at this new location, is the tourists who have never smoked cannabis or it's illegal in their state, so they've never been to a dispensary before. And when they come in, it's just like stars in their eyes, like a little kid, it's like in a candy shop. I'm like, how you doing? Come on in. Let me show you what I got.
So
yeah, I mean that, and their energy of just being so happy. I mean, you can't help but feel that yourself, and it brings you up.
You match it.
Come on, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think I'm a little empathic, maybe. I don't know.
Oh
yes,
no.
I feel like I feed off other people's energy when I'm doing that. So I mean, really, that's the key to good salesmanship. Either way, is you got to energy match.
Yeah.
You have to be, if somebody comes in you got to be and if somebody comes in you can't be or they're just going to turn right around and be like, hell no.
That's so smart. That's the strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that legendary bud tender in you. But honestly though, here's my theory. I don't think you're feeding off energy. I think you just withhold it and then release it as you need to.
Yeah.
It's rare to match your energy. You're an awesome source, no doubt. I vibe with your energy.
Yeah,
it's really
that's
easy.
true. We always do vibe. But no, man, thank you. I appreciate that. I can't help it. I mean, I love my job.
You have fun.
I love my job,
and it shows. Mm-hmm. It shows in your face. In your charisma, your energy, I mean, that's why you're on I claim you're on the Mount Rushmore of bud tenders. I don't know. I see you helping others to find their way into figuring it out too, because it's more than just cannabis education. It's a lot of energy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot to go and deal with a lot of the same questions. What are some questions that you hear all the time that you've gotten? Do you have any coded
Oh my god!
answers?
So no. But I gotta tell you, the funniest question that I get all the time is this real weed? Because there's that store on Fremont that's like a weed store, but it's all CBD with up to 3% THC. So those guys are burning people on the daily for $80, $90 a pop, and these people are coming all pissed off to me, hey, there's this real weed. I'm like, I got you. And I think that's the most common and funniest question I get on a daily basis, and I love it. I'm like, oh my god, that place is burning people. Somebody needs to go in there and do something, or protest them, or make them put up a big sign and be like, stop gouging tourists.
Yo, there honestly should be. We should go through some time and be like, this isn't real weed. Go to Canistars.
Yeah,
that would probably
yes, please come see us. Yes, but I mean, oh my god, just don't buy that stuff, folks.
That is funny as hell.
Yeah.
So basically Fremont Street, Canistars is in this amazing location in downtown near this unbelievable strip-esque old town Fremont Street. And on Fremont Street, there's these little storefronts that claim to sell weed.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't say anywhere that there's no THC.
I think they do actually have little signs. Like
Little
when
ones.
you check out,
Fine
there's
print.
like, the little fine print sign on the counter that this only contains blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. But it is. It's fake. They are trying to do it wrong. And so Jason's got people coming in that went to this store.
Oh.
They're smoking this herb like, yo, this hits like shit. And then they come in, they cop an eighth of this Starberry from Jason over here. And they're like,
hell yeah. And they spend like $70, $80 on like a cart and an eighth. And I mean, like for that, you can have like a quarter ounce of weed in the cart at our store. So it's like, please don't get gouged.
help
have
yourself,
great prices.
bro, gang.
Yeah.
Hit up Canistars dispensary.
Absolutely.
Don't be smoking no fake weed. But yo, do you have any good funny like what was the most unique bud tender story that just last I've been asking miscellaneous bud tender questions. Last one on this
Sure.
but do you have any funny like what made you really laugh the hardest when you were working? Do you have any moments like that?
Yeah, a tourist came into our dispensary and was trying to vape in the lobby and in the showroom floor.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I was like, this is a cannabis store. You gotta go, dude. You can't do that in here. He's like, what? Oh, I didn't even realize. I'm like, yeah, that's not good.
Yo, stop vaping in the fucking dispensary. Just wait.
No,
The CCB.
every day is a different adventure, so you never quite know what's gonna happen. I mean, we had somebody that had been previously banned before, like try for like the third time in a day to get back into the dispensary, and security escorting him out, and him like screaming through the glass and like being angry. It's like, why? I don't understand. Why are you so mad?
Because he hasn't smoked a weed
Yeah,
in days.
I guess.
He
But
needs
like,
to
if you
find
would just
a different
hold it in
place.
for a minute, pick up your weed, and then you can, rage outside.
Yeah, literally. Go
So,
find
a little self-control, I guess. I don't know. I feel bad. That
Yeah.
poor guy.
No, that poor. Hey, we can't only control we can control. He must have fucked something up before. He clearly was probably a little fucked up off more than weed.
I don't know. I hate to sound deep, but I think a lot of anger outwardly expressed is people's anger at themselves, man.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, people that so I think people that have internal hate spread internal hate.
Exactly. So that's why you gotta, just be, a little extra nicer. Try a little tenderness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. A little tenderness.
Yeah, man.
Yo.
If you
That's
realize
your
that,
flow.
if you realize that about everybody, like we're all scared a little bit, we're all angry a little bit, we're all happy a little bit. We're everything. I mean, we're all the same thing in just different manifestations.
Yeah.
Like we're just life, and we come in so many varied forms that we're all kind of the same, but we're all different because our journey's different. We're born different, blah blah blah, different parents. But it's all the same.
We're
You know
all
what I
part
mean?
of the
So
same
like, I mean,
conglomerate.
I am he as you are he as you are me, and we are all together.
Yeah, 100%.
The Beatles got it right.
Yeah. Come together,
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen. But yo, Jason, I can't even tell you how much I appreciate you rolling through.
Thanks, man. I always love being here.
We have a great time every time
Yeah.
we get to see each other.
Oh, yeah.
And this will not be your last time, right?
Oh no,
Not
definitely
even close.
Absolutely.
All right, I gotta get that stable because the king of the Mojave and great friend of the show. Unbelievable to have you here every single time you roll through. This Starberry Circle S Farms, what's your review?
Man, that's 5
10
stars.
out of 10.
Yeah, man. I mean, what
How
a great
could you
wake
top
and
it?
bake. What a great wake and bake. My body's just feeling loose as a goose. I'm still alert and ready to get on with my day. So no
Literally.
pain.
You
So,
cannot
man,
dock at a point.
No, not at all.
Not
It
even
broke
a
up
point.
Great,
Nut
smoked great,
structure.
super sticky, terpy as hell.
Yeah,
Everything
terps
you want in
came
a wake and
through
bake,
in
man.
smoke too.
Everything
Perfect
you want.
wake and bake. Perfect.
Thank you, Miss Brenda. I appreciate it.
Perfect weed. Perfect partner. Roll Gang, always perfect. Tuning in, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. But before we let Jason of the Mojave escape this episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake, we have one quick last segment of Quick Rips.
Oh,
Are you game?
Let's do it.
5 rapid fire questions to close out this legendary show with the king of the Mojave, legendary bud tender, Jason. Let's get it.
All
All right, Jay.
Fire away.
Let's smoke these. Number 1, you now work in downtown Las Vegas. Your favorite downtown casino?
Ooh, man. On that north end, it's got to be Circa.
Yeah, the Circa. Oh, elite. All right, 2, what is your favorite flower you've been smoking on right now?
Ooh, man, that's really good. We have a 9-pound blueberry, and it is a 9-pound blueberry.
9-pound hammer and blueberry something?
No, just blueberry. Yeah,
Oh,
9-pound blueberry, yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
2 classic indica strains crossed that hit you like a 9-pound
Circle
blueberry.
S?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna.
That's
come-
one of ours.
That's on my.
Yeah.
That's next on my list.
It's elite. It's top shelf.
Yeah, let's fucking go. All right, 3. You're blazed as fuck. What is your go-to munchie?
Oh, man. Right now, it's those sweet cherries that they have that are in season at the grocery store. I can literally eat a whole bag of those in a sitting.
With the
Yeah,
you spit the seeds.
Yeah, I have like a little solo cup, and I just pop them in my mouth, spit the seed out.
Fill
Pop 'em in
up
my
the
mouth.
cup.
Oh, man, it's bad. It's almost like a habit.
It's so good though.
Mhm.
They're
Yeah.
meat and they are in season
Oh,
right
they're
now.
so good right now.
Yeah, cop your cherries now, Roll Game. All right, for your favorite movie of all time.
Oh, God, that is so hard of a
I
question.
know, it's so open, so ambiguous.
Oh.
You can pick a couple, but like,
Man, okay, so I'm a nerd, dude, and it's got to be the Star Wars series and the Lord of the Rings series.
let's go.
Yeah, all those kind of movies. That's my
Me
jam.
too.
Yeah,
Me too.
I'm a sucker for those stories.
Oh, they're so good.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
addictive.
Mhm.
All right, last but not least, question Quick Rips, Jason of the Mojave. If you could have a sesh with any fictional character, cartoon, book, fake TV show, for any fictional character that doesn't actually exist.
Wow,
You're smoking some 9-pound blueberry with them.
man. All right. Well, I guess I'll just stick with that same vein in the movies, man, and be like, it would be badass to smoke weed with like Gandalf or something, and then do some magic afterwards. Be like dragons.
Oh
and shit.
my
You'd be like,
god!
what did that just happen?
Oh my, yeah, and stoned probably 2 times more powerful.
Oh yeah, I'd probably pee my pants. To be honest
Me
with you.
too.
Be like,
Me too.
I gotta go.
Yeah, you got me tripping. Those are great answers, and you came up with them fast too.
Sadly, I just thought of what is probably my favorite movie of all time, and it's The Fifth Element with Bruce Willis. Oh my god, I can watch that movie like every day if I had to, but I haven't seen it probably in like a year now. That's my favorite movie of all time. It nobody liked it when it came out, but man, I just thought that was like the complete movie, adventure, romance, all that shit.
Yeah, action packed.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
And it's nerdy as hell.
no doubt.
Yep.
My man, appreciate you so much rolling in. Jason of the
What's up, Roll
Mojave,
Gang? Thank
ladies
you,
and
guys.
gentlemen. Yeah.
Thanks, Brenda. Thank you, Can of Stars. Thank you, Circle S Farms. Also, 420 Sahara Store.
Yeah.
My man, Sam.
Damn straight. Oh, yeah, you said it all. My man, Roll Gang. Love you guys.
Peace out.
Amazing. Another amazing episode. Thank you, Jason.